Hi guys, welcome back to the Sicilian Revival. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an away game against Monterose, and we're following up with a home game against Quesitana in the second half of the episode. We're looking really good, if truth be told. We're sat in fifth place despite the defeats that we had in the previous episode. We really have stepped on the gas again, and we're sat on 30 points, and we're just after today's episode, we'll be halfway through the campaign. We wanted to hit 40 points. That was the target, in my opinion, for the relegation side of things, which, I mean, obviously it is into the bottom five, so 40 points was the target. And we're extremely close to that already. And I'm looking at this league table and thinking that we should definitely be aiming for these playoffs at the moment. We're playing well, and we have every chance of qualifying. In terms of recent games, we managed a 2-0 draw away against Crotone. It was a very close game. Crotone deserved to win the match, if truth be told, but two late goals from Michel Emauso, 88th minute, 91st minute, got us the point. It was a vital result. We then won 3-0 at home against Foggia. They went down to 10 men in the first half. Marco Zuno, Emaucio, and Ortici rounding off that victory. An away win against Avellino, who have been challenging at the top as well. Ragusa and Manetta on the score sheet in that one, and a 1-0 home win against Juve Stabia by Zuno, again in goal scoring form. So we're getting there, and 3 clean sheets in a row as well. We're looking good, and we're preparing for that January transfer window. A number of players have said that they want to leave. They're not getting the game time. We're pretty much assured of what our strongest starting 11 is at the moment. So again, it's going to be a case of trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do in the transfer market. So going into this game against Monterose, they're sat rock bottom of the league. They haven't been in good form. We are going to rotate a little bit, but nothing too major. The team is still pretty strong, in all honesty. Pacquiao comes in to the back four with Polito starting at right back. Tepsic moves into midfield with Ferenz coming in for a rare start. Imauso and Rosafio both starting on the wide areas, and Plesia gets an opportunity to start up front. We've got all the options on the bench. Ferenz is actually wanted at the moment by Turris, who are in that relegation area as well. He's come to us and said that he wants to leave. and Domenico Franco, who's a central midfielder here, who hasn't played a lot of football. We want to try and get rid of him as well, along with Chivellere, who again has only made one substitute appearance so far. So, given our recent form, this is a game that we should be winning. It's against Monterose. They are rock bottom. They're losing games for fun. We've got the options on the bench to strengthen the side as well, to make it into the lineup that we have been doing. But it's a big opportunity, this, for one or two players. Plesia, we got him to sign an extension to his contract. He's not really performed particularly well, and he's not really shown too many signs of scoring goals. But he's the only out-and-out striker we've got, and a set piece here from the opposition has led to a goal, a 1-0 deficit here early on. Hopefully we can respond pretty quickly, um, considering the nature of the matches that we have played and got good results in. We need to be winning this game as well. Here's Plesia looking for a Mauso. Paroli doing well to clear, and now Rigon knocks it forward. Good header. Tepsic just about getting into it, and now Frisena into Rosafio. He has got support in the penalty area if he can find it. He cuts inside, and in the end produces a save from Rigon in goal. We certainly seem to have woken up following the concession of that goal, but we need to get back on level terms relatively quickly here. They are yet to win a game this season, as far as I'm aware. Polito winning that header, but not finding any support, and Crescenzi playing it into Cini, who looks over the top for Giuseppe. And there's another opportunity knocking here for the opposition. Giuseppe again into Bitante, and it's just over the crossbar. That is a very good effort from them. And we're going to demand more straight away here. We're against the team at the bottom of the league, and at the moment we are showing very little in the way of attacking play, and it's not been good enough, that is for sure. And to be honest, I think changes are going to have to be made before come half time at the moment, because we are completely being outplayed at the moment. Seppi holding on to possession, finding Crescenzi coming down this left-hand side into Gori. And again, we're just completely being opened up, and Giuseppe gets it again. And Giuseppe has scored again, and we're 2-0 down against the team at the bottom of the league. And this is going to be very much a reality check here. And a number of these players that we're looking at potentially offloading come the end of the season are not covering themselves in glory. A corner gets swung in there, nothing comes of it. Rosafio into Amauso, and it's a very good finish in the end. It's hit the bar and the post, and we've pulled one goal back, but we don't score too many goals in games very often. We did it against Foggia, thanks to that red card, of course, but we've got a lot of work to do here. It only just went in that from Amauso as well. Bar and post hit, and then it ended up in the bottom corner. Just about stayed on side as well by the looks of that. So at least we've given ourselves a little bit of something to build on, but we have got to wake up in this second half. That is a very poor performance from us so far, and we have got to really knuckle down and get stuck in. Incidentally, they're playing with a flat back seven practically as well, so it is going to be difficult to break them down. And again, we're going to demand more from the team, and every potential that we're going to have to make some substitutions very, very soon. Here is Grimeland. Inside to Ferenz. I thought he played a very poor pass there. Luckily, Polito was there to receive the pass. Mineta back to Polito. Really nice switch of the play that to Grimeland, trying to just spread the play a little bit, but again, proving very hard to break down here. Into Ferenz. Now Pacchiardi. Grimeland. Into Plesia. That's a nice pass. Emauso charging forward, gets the strike away, and it's poor over the crossbar. And we're going to make the changes, to be honest. Plesia has been terrible. Marco Zuno is going to come on. We're also going to take Pacchiardi off at centre-back. Tepsic can go in there. Henry Francis is going to come on. And Antonio Vacca is going to come on in midfield as well. And Ragusa potentially will also come on at some point. We'll leave it like that for now, I think. We're certainly going to strengthen that midfield. And hopefully we can create some opportunities. I think, to be fair, at this point, we go very attacking in the hope that we can grab ourselves an equaliser. Here's Tepsic. Out to Polito. They're starting to really sit back now. And that's a good delivery toward the far post. Rigon kept his eye on it and managed to make the claim. It's not very often I tend to go very attacking, and it does leave us a little bit open at the back at times doing something like this, but hopefully it will work in our favour. Here is Polito. Launches it over the top, and Zuno has controlled it superbly. Has to lay it back to Polito, though, and now Frisena's strike over the crossbar. We're just starting to turn the screw a bit here, but we need to find a way to get a goal. We're against bottom of the league. They haven't been, well, they've been in shocking form, really. We're going to drop some encouragement. We need to find a way here. We haven't really deserved to get anything out of the game. We've not really pushed them. And we're not looking particularly good. Henry Francis doing well to win the header, but Paroli easily getting to it. Now Verda looking over the top, and Salipo. Manetta's just completely left him alone, and Salipo has scored, and we're heading for a defeat. We're going to go back to positive because there's no point, in my opinion, in leaving this as it is. And Tepsic into Grimeland. Just holds on to possession, loses out to Scarcella. It's fallen nicely here for Zuno, who again can't get the shot past the keeper. This is our worst performance of the season. After the opening day, we have been very, very poor today. And again, poor attempt at goal. And we are really, yeah, I think we're in shock a bit here, to be honest, because this team have been shocking all season, but for whatever reason, we've just completely fell apart here. Vacca Jr., that's a really good strike from him. Antonio Vacca with the finish. There is still time for us to get back into this game. It's a very neat finish from Vacca, but it'll mean nothing if we can't get back into it. Henry Francis with the header, Frisena into Zuno, and then Bender tried to clear it, hit Frisena, and Vaca just hitting it pretty much first time there. And we are back into it. And again, we're going to demand a little bit more. We shouldn't be getting beat by a team like this, who are bottom of the league, but we have done. A 3-2 defeat, and that is very, very poor. And we're going to, under no uncertain terms, tell the lads that. And in terms of their points total, they'd only got 4 points before today. They're now on 7. That is very, very poor from our point of view. And we need to seriously improve. It's actually their second win of the season. Giugliano with the other team that they managed to beat, who were in and around the same area as us. I don't feel quite as bad about it. They have just sacked their manager as well, so they could be in for a bit of a resurgence, but to lose against a team that have won 1 game all season previous to that is unacceptable, and we have got to really step it up for the next game. I mean, Giuseppe's a very good striker, 34 years of age, scored 2 goals for them, fair play to him, but the rotation didn't work. We need to pick it up for that next game against Kesitana, who have actually gone above us by a point following their results. They won 3-0 against Serignola. So things to focus on. We'll definitely have to make changes, and we come back for the second half of the episode and hope we can get back to winning ways. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game against Kesitana. I'm hoping we can get a better result today. Obviously, that defeat against Monterose, it was a bit of a confidence hit. They're up away against Catania next, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on in general, now that they've made that managerial change. But from our point of view, a win today would see us leapfrog Kesitana and potentially also go ahead of Giugliano and Picerno. So it's all very tight in there at the moment. I don't think we're going to be in any position to challenge near the top of the table anyway. But the fact that we're doing what we're doing in this first season, I think is a massive step. We were one of the favourites to finish near bottom. So we need to just take that reality check from Montevosi and just say, look, we're not expected to be beating everybody. We're not expected to be doing anything like what we're doing at the moment. But the fact that we are, we will certainly take it. And we're starting to get used to the team. We're starting to get used to what our best 11 is, and we can build it from there. And I think, to be fair, the target for this January transfer window is to get our first team to sign new contracts. I think that is going to be the key, and then we can build the squad around the players that we've got for the core. We've got to play it carefully. There's no doubt about it. A number of these players will end up leaving at the end of the season. But I really think that if we can stick with this kind of a core with the likes of Sarri in goal, especially Manetta and Tepsic, I think are very good centre-backs for us. Grimeland's already signed a long-term deal. Henry Francis is in on loan, so we'll need a replacement for him. Frisena and Vaca have been outstanding in midfield. Emauso certainly deserves a deal so far. Ragusa not necessarily performing particularly well, and Zuno, of course, is only in on loan as well. So there's a lot of areas to improve. But if we can keep that core of the midfield, especially, I think we've got a chance. Unfortunately, that was a very boring first half, 0-0, and no chances, supposedly. But we have been the better team. 4 shots on target from 6 attempts at goal. Possession still relatively even, but we certainly need to pick it up in this second half, and hopefully we can find a way to get on the score sheet. Ragusa has taken a knock here, so we are going to have to make a change. Rosefio, unfortunately, has got a knock, so Cavallo is going to come on for him instead. And Henry Francis is on a yellow card, something that I do want to be a little bit careful of. As we know, he had 2 red cards very early on this season, so we need to just keep an eye on him when we've got the likes of Fumagalli, who's started to play a little bit more regularly in that defensive midfield role. But so far, not really a lot to shout about. We finally get a highlight for the first time, and it's coming on the hour mark. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to come in the way of the opposition, and Celiento just holding on to possession, finds Buchetti, knocks it over the top, and Tavanelli picks it up, lays it over to Preletti, and now Anastasio into Preletti again, and now Ravaglia. Damian, and that's a really nice finish from Filippo Damian. It's been disallowed, apparently. I'm not. Ravaglia was in an offside position, so we've gotten away with that, really. We're going to demand more, try and get the lads to really pick it up a bit. But it's been a very poor performance so far. Obviously, we are right near Christmas as well, so players clearly not potentially fully focused here. Fumagalli is going to come on in that defensive midfield role. Grimeland is going to come off for Ortiz. And, I mean, Plessis has not been scoring, has he? We did, like I say, we gave him an extra year on his contract, but I'm not full of confidence when I bring him on in terms of whether he'll get us a goal or not. And also, he's done very well in front of goal. I feel like we can't really take him off at the moment. We'll leave things as it is. Having Fresena and Vaca in that central midfield is very important to us at the moment as well. Going to drop some encouragement this time. Just try and create something, because at the moment it's not looking promising. I'm also with a delivery, and Tepsic is there. He couldn't quite get enough power onto it, and Venturi did catch it relatively comfortably, and he's launched it away here. And Ravaglia's controlled it superbly and found Coretta. What a counter-attack this could be for them. And Sarri, good goalkeeping from him. Kept his eye on it and caught it well. Again, we're really struggling here. I mean, Ferenz, Franco, they're all potentially going to be leaving. So we're going to get Franco on for an opportunity. And we are going to bring Plessia on up front. It's a last chance resort here. And it's been a very, I mean, to be fair, we've created a lot of chances, but it's just nothing stuck. Plessia's header there wasn't horrific, but it was a very difficult chance, and it went straight into the hands of the keeper, and he launches it forward. We need to win this header, and we did well enough, but unfortunately, we've given it away, and Leah's not tracked the run here, and Teixeira is charging down this left-hand side, lays it back to Nicoletti, who charges into the penalty area, and again, within an episode, we've been beaten again to a last-minute winner in a game that we very much deserve to win. 8 attempts on target from 10 shots at goal. Clearly nothing concrete. All very simple chances that the keeper made relative light of with the saves. And I consider that to be points dropped again. These episodes aren't going as well as I wanted them to, but in between we do seem to be doing okay. But we need to pick it up. I don't know if it's because player contracts are running out as well. We still sat 12 points above that relegation zone. Yes, a number of teams have got a game in hand at the moment, but we're not looking too bad. But we do need to be careful here. We're losing games again, and it's not looking particularly pleasant at the moment. 8 games now without a goal for Plessia, and it's just not happening for him at all. We are capable of getting the results. Monterossi only lost by a goal to nil against Catania, so it wasn't a bad result there either. And with 3 points ahead of Cerignola, Foggia and Potenza, the target was to finish between 11th and 15th. I'm pretty sure that we'll do that, but we've got to be very careful. We're halfway through the season, 30 points. I'm perfectly happy to take it, but we need to get wins very early on in this second half of the season, especially against these teams that are below us. It's going to be very, very tight, I think. I mean, if we finish top 10, it's a great achievement anyway. But if we can just cement ourselves a little bit, just be a little bit more consistent with our results, because, I mean, we had a great run in October. I mean, 5 wins out of 6, the other one being a draw. And then we had a really tough November in relation to the fixtures. We managed to win and a draw with those 2 defeats that were in yesterday's episode. And we started off with 2 really good wins at the start of December. And then again within an episode, 2 defeats. And the players are obviously camera shy. So we have got a good month in January, in my opinion. Brindisi, Sorrento, Latina and Virtus Francavilla. are all below us in the table, and they're all within that relegation battle by the looks of things, apart from, I think Sorrento might just be ahead of it, I think it was. Yeah, so Brindisi, Francavilla, and Latina are all in there, Sorrento just above it. So these are 4 games. If we're serious about doing what we're doing at the moment, we need to win them. And I think we're more than capable, but I think we could also be in for a busy time in January in relation to transfers, depending on exactly what we want to do. It could be a difficult one. We'll be back for Giuliano and Potenza at the start of February. We'll have a transfer roundup in there as well. And in the meantime, hopefully we can get back to winning ways again, as I said at the start of the last episode. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.